So I'm here with my friend Chris Lane, and we want to take a little time to talk to you guys about the importance of exercise and mental health.
It's a very, very, very big hole to dive into. How do we mitigate this stress that is almost seemingly forced onto us through media and all of its different outlets? We're staying up on our technology. It's almost like we're, again, being forced into
it's sad you have
development.
to use the phrase "stay up on" the technology, right?
Right.
It is
Stay
just
current
so
with it.
overwhelming. It's taking over our lives, basically. Human beings aren't designed to spend so much time around all this technology, and it causes problems.
Mm-hmm.
And we see it in kids, we see it in adults. And those problems are something you really need to try to avoid. And for me personally, I'll tell you, exercise is a great release valve, if you will.
We don't unplug enough. Unplugging and getting away from the world and working on yourself. So if you're in the industry of servitude, like you and I both are, it's tough to pour from an empty cup. But when you're stressed and empty and strained and stretched too thin,
good. Yeah.
How do we recharge that? Mm-hmm. And for me, coming from the background of health and wellness, working full-time my entire career in health and wellness in the fitness industry, being that industry of servitude where I'm coaching, mentoring, I need to keep my cup full in order to spill into others. Mental health is physical fitness. Anything that moves, because movement is medicine. It's the most underprescribed medication ever.
Doctors you got three gems in here, right? Yeah, yeah. When your cup is empty, that's great. And then movement is medicine. It is so true.
Absolutely. When we go into the doctor and we talk about mental health, depression, anxiety, even when we get to symptoms like ADHD and OCD, some of those things where our mind is just working against us. How do we quiet the noise and how do we focus? And a really great way to do that is through exercise, through recreation, through going to the gym, because that energy that's inside us, even the anxiety, some of those things, just the noise that goes on, that kind of keeps us from being able to focus and execute. All of that's just kind of nervous energy, anxiety that sets on us. And that physical activity helps serve as an outlet to purge and get all the, let it roll off your shoulders, let it purge and come out. And once you're done, you're exhilarated, you might be breathing heavy, you might be crying, you might be sweating, but at the end of it, you have that moment of clarity, the light bulb, the epiphany of, wow, now it's all crystal clear. At least for a few moments before you step outside and go to the gym or turn your phone back off.
But there's no barrier to entry to a 20-minute walk.
Right, exactly.
And in my entire life, I'm 46 years old. In my entire life, I have never, ever, ever had something bad happen and gone on a 20-minute walk and not been in a better frame of mind to make a decision.
Exactly. That's
like
why you
that
get,
little thing right there.
If you've ever been in a therapy session, it's just like, when you're heated, you count your numbers, you breathe, you go through some box breathing, or take a walk. Yeah. Because that clarity, that where you're making decisions not based on emotion, but based on clarity is where it's at. And that's what exercise can provide.
I think that's the most important thing that we can leave the audience with out there. And that
Absolutely.
Is making decisions without emotions involved lead to way better decisions.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, what you mentioned, walking and you get into running, it's such a low barrier of entry because you can go do it anywhere, whether it's indoor, outdoor, and the benefits of returns aren't diminished. You only come back with improving, if we're just talking about walking and running specifically, cardiovascular endurance, ventilation increase, lower blood pressure, you're releasing endorphins, the happy hormones that go into our body, we're reducing cortisol level, your body's stress hormones. So why wouldn't you have that clarity and feel better at the end of it?
Oh my gosh, it sounds like, wait a minute, it's almost like medicine not in a bottle, but in your body that you can actually
the most underprescribed medication, right?
I love it.